Hi everybody and welcome back to another Legends of Runeterra video and gameplay. Today I have a super awesome deck list for you and hopefully super awesome gameplay footage as well. First off, if you guys haven't subscribed to the channel, go ahead and subscribe. That would mean a lot to me. I enjoy making these decks and showcasing these videos, and hopefully you guys do too. So today's deck, LeBlanc's Marauders. I was trying to create a Marauders deck. This is how this initially started. And because of that, I mean, we're trying out the new card, Strength in Numbers. Summon 2 Legion Marauders, an 8-cost slow speed spell. At first glance, you're spending 8 mana to summon the Legion Marauder, who's a 3-cost card. But I think they are kind of, making it a little bit hard to play just because Legion Marauder has the ability to buff itself. And so even though it's a 3-cost card, at the point you're playing 8 mana for it, there is the potential for it to be a lot stronger than that. So I think that's why it's 8 mana. At any rate, you do have to sacrifice a ton of tempo and a ton of mana to get this summoned out. So there is that. It's a little bit of a drawback, but like I said, I had a fun time playing and coming up with this deck. All right, so a lot of you may be thinking that Katarina is the appropriate unit to be, or champion to include in a deck with Legion Marauders because of rallies. You're attacking multiple times, they're gaining attack and defense every time you do that, making it a little bit harder and harder to take them out and things like that. But actually LeBlanc is low-key super strong in this deck, and especially in this Demacia matchup, the other region that we're including, because of Cataclysm. So Cataclysm not only compounds with LeBlanc, it actually works with the Legion Marauders as well. So every time they attack with Cataclysm, they're gaining attack stats, so you can target super weak enemies, make sure that you're able to take them out. And then all of these spells and abilities that we have in this deck are meant to keep our units alive, which is also why we're including Garen. Super easy to level up Garen, who will give us a rally each round. But so we have Sharp Sight, Bright Steel Protector, Golden Aegis for more rallies and barriers. Same thing, we're keeping our units alive, and Riposte. Our card draw in the deck is Whispered Words as well, but we're able to kind of protect our units, make sure the Legion Marauder gets to the point where they're, massive, and then you can use something like Strength in Numbers to get even more of them out, rally even more times, have Garen rally even more. So that is basically the reason why we're playing this this deck, is try to get as much out of Strength in Numbers as possible. Now I will say this is definitely a meme deck, but it is on the verge of being a super competitive deck. We may just have to take out the Legion Marauders in general, but just the Cataclysm sort of matchup with LeBlanc and Garen, it's actually low-key super strong. And I don't think a lot of people are matching the two together, but I've had a lot of success. In fact, I've had more success and more wins you'll see in the gameplay today. It was hard to find a decent gameplay footage of Legion Marauder winning the game, as it was mostly LeBlanc that was stealing the show and taking out a whole bunch of units. There aren't a lot of units that LeBlanc can't take out with Cataclysm, especially on turn 3, but there aren't many units in the game that have more than 5 health, and if they do, we've got Sharp Sight and Riposte to take them out as well. So decent ways to protect LeBlanc. LeBlanc is the low-key sort of MVP of this deck list. And one last thing before we finish this, I actually found a very interesting interaction that I haven't seen. This is with Cataclysm again. Now, we know that the last one with Misfortune and being able to clear out the enemy while you activate Cataclysm, the one that allowed you to hit the Nexus as well, like overwhelm damage, that one was fixed. It did come out as being a bug, but I actually found a new one in the video today. You'll see it in the second gameplay, I believe, where I use Cataclysm on a unit with Spell Shield, and I wanted to know kind of what would happen, so I just ended up doing it, right? So this may be a bug as well, so just be aware that this may be fixed in the future. I'm really not sure, but if you target Cataclysm on a Spell Shield unit, your unit is still dragged to the board, right? And it pops the unit's spell shield. So some very interesting implications with this as well. So it does not drag the enemy unit. You have a free hit on the enemy Nexus if they decide not to block it, which is very interesting. And then at the very least, you're popping a spell shield as well, which actually was super strong at the point in the game that I played it. So you'll see during the gameplay, it's near the end of the game. But very interesting implications, and actually is almost a spell shield counter. But yeah, that's about it. Actually, let's talk a little bit about Blood for Blood. We're including 2 off of Blood for Blood in this deck. You want to use this mostly on Legion Marauder, although you can use it on things like the Bright Steel Protector to get extra units with with barrier, but that's basically the only other unit you can use it on. So this is another reason why the deck isn't super competitive. This is basically dead weight if you don't have the Legion Marauder. So we may end up just taking out, like I said, Legion Marauders in general, and just trying to come up with a deck list with LeBlanc and Garen that's super good. Because like I said, I had a lot of success playing this one, and yeah, if I could make it better and actually make it competitive, then even better. So hopefully you guys enjoy this video. If you do, don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel, and we will see you tomorrow. Thanks. All right, going against Yasuo, Katarina, against LeBlanc, Garen. We don't want that. We definitely don't want that. Strength in numbers. Riposte maybe keep, but we're going to look for some other cards here. We end up getting strength in numbers again, and another strength in numbers. So, I mean, this is the problem with the deck, right? We're including 3 of these strength in numbers. And, okay, we didn't get strength in numbers. That's, at least we got Legion Marauder, so. Honestly, I think we play House Spider here. If I had Cataclysm in my hand, there would be potentially a reason not to play this unit, for these units here. So, let's go ahead with the LeBlanc. Hope he doesn't have an Arachnid Sentry and a Ravenous Flock. But yeah, I kind of wish I had Cataclysm at this point. That would be really, really good to take out this unit. Wouldn't really have to worry about too much. So he's taking a long time, so I doubt he's got the combo that I'm scared of.
Now, what could you be plotting?
And I think I do just attack with everything here. So if he's got a stun, I force him to use it, which is fine.
Want to see these moves up close?
And I don't know that he would. All right, 7 damage right off. That's pretty crazy. We are going against Ionia, so strength in numbers can be denied. So we do need to be a little bit careful that we don't get denied. I don't really know what he's doing. If he had a play, he would have played it beforehand. Oh my goodness, we drew every single strength in numbers. That's awesome. Alright, so depending on what he does here, we can actually go for Golden Aegis. And, he's not stunned, and he can't stun. Not unless he's running a Guile. I think I pass here. Right? We kind of want him to spend more mana if he's got it. These strength and numbers are really holding me back. We get to late game, and if he doesn't have denies, we've got a pretty good setup, though. Alright, so there he goes. What are the chances he's just straight up running a Guile? I really doubt it. So I think we're just going to go with Golden Aegis here. So he's outside of range of Steel Tempest now. Guile is really the only thing that he could possibly have here. And I'm just looking to deal more damage to him now. Probably should have used that on the house spider, actually. Now that I think about it. But maybe not, because it does prevent him from attacking right now with the Yasuo.
My move.
I'm just going to attack with the
Oh, it's
LeBlanc
on.
here. I really like taking this unit out. Alright, that's fine.
Now who's got the upper hand?
We still have barriers, so we can't attack with the Yasuo. Alright, that's fine. I'm gonna pass. I think there's too much of a chance that he's got Steel Tempest or something. Or a concussive palm.
The dark beckons.
Maybe he doesn't have either.
Anyone hurt? Quick footwork, fast strikes.
Don't let the fluffy tails fool you.
We do level her up. So I think we attack with everything but the house spider again. I'm going to retain that as a blocker. It looks like he doesn't have any of his stun cards here. And he's at 0 mana, so he doesn't really have the ability to do anything, which is pretty good. And we should level up our LeBlanc here. We're in a good spot for intimidating roar as well.
I am everywhere. I am everyone.
I wonder if he's got all of his denies in hand. Ooh, I really like Cataclysm. I really like Cataclysm. And our LeBlanc is at 3 health now, so he just can't come out and kill it. Ooh, my goodness. I really like Cataclysm. So we're just gonna pull this guy. We trade 3 for 6 mana here, which is great. And if he attacks with the Yasuo, we actually can block as well, because we got riposte. And our opponent surrenders. Alright. Awesome. That was pretty cool. His hand must have really sucked. Because,
Another rose for the garden.
I don't know, maybe he wasn't expecting us to have Cataclysm in our hand. We could have also gone for, since he'd used all of his mana, we could have gone for the Legion Marauders and you know, summoned those guys and then had a pretty decent open attack the next round. Plus we had the well, who would we have sacrificed? It stuns the weakest enemy, so yeah, it would have killed the house spider. So yeah, we actually could have gone for that. That may have been a little bit more flashy, but killing off that Minotaur with Cataclysm seemed pretty good too. Alright, Kniving Dude. Garen, Lux, Leona. Garen, Lux, and Leona. Opening, actually, I think this is okay. This Cataclysm actually allows me to take out Garen. See if he's running the Daybreak package. think he'll definitely have Sunburst or whatever it's called. I think we play this on curve, don't we?
You're covered.
I think we play this on curve for more damage here. Could force him to play something. Okay. And I'm pretty sure we open attack as well. Too good of a chance that he's got extra damage here. If he doesn't have a
Will
play,
you comply, or are you complicit?
I don't really want to play my Cataclysm quite yet.
The dawn has arrived. Behold the
Alright,
sun's
so this is
holy
pretty
light.
good. We've got a barrier for our LeBlanc if he's got a single
Time to
combat or
make an
anything.
appearance.
And if he uses anything, we go for Cataclysm on this Leona. He's not going to attack. It's actually pretty important.
What a treat.
So let's go like this. We'll pull in the Leona. Probably should have switched those two around. She's not leveling up anyway, even with my buffs, so it doesn't, I guess, matter a whole lot, but probably good practice to keep her on that side. But yeah, I'm just going to deal as much damage as I can. I've got a riposte here, if he's got a way to deal with me. It's annoying. Well, nothing I can do about that, so I think we just let it go. I think we're just going to go with Legion Marauders here too. Ooh, another LeBlanc. Strength in numbers. He knows what kind of deck we're running now. He just goes for the Sunburst. Let's go with this. Force him to use something else here if he's got it. This will create a capture in hand, so we probably want to get our LeBlanc out first. Do we want LeBlanc? No, I think we actually have to go Legion Marauder. We don't have enough to protect the LeBlanc, so I don't really want to put her out without having a way to
Magic has no place here.
stop this. To a 4.
Speak and silence.
Really? I don't think that's right.
Sir.
But we'll kill the Leona. We must have a second one. I don't really see why you would do that. 2 detains. I think this allows us to play a LeBlanc here.
Black Rose remembers.
We kind of want to get the detain out of him. Then we'll attack. So this is funny because, well, this is fine. Because what we can do here is use the, we'll just straight out attack, right? We've got more health, so he's got to buff his units. And then we can use Cataclysm if he doesn't take it out. So
Suspicious.
just like I thought, this is fine. He does silence it, which does hurt a little bit, but now he can't stop this. So
You should have run. Come on, boys.
Stop there.
that was a detain from hand. That's actually kind of crazy. Does this work? How does this work? How does, like, It pulls him in, but I'm gonna try it. I'm really not sure how this works. If anyone knows how this interaction works, go ahead and tell me. We're gonna see though.
Look what I found.
So we get a just regular attack here, so he's kind of forced. That's actually awesome. Wow. Let's spread out because I'm going to open attack. I was a hush too.
You should have run.
Okay. Okay. Lots of hushes. That is another really interesting
Another rose for the garden.
interaction with Cataclysm that we just barely discovered there. That if a unit has Spell Shield, it doesn't pull them. It's almost like better to use Cataclysm on units with Spell Shield. Almost like a big unit like that. Because it pops the Spell Shield and then all of a sudden, you know, I have an open attack. I think I would have hit the Nexus. It didn't show, but kind of because he ended up blocking it, right? But I mean, that's really interesting. A lot of interesting implications there too. Cataclysm, I don't know if it's buggy, if this is how it's supposed to work. Again, they changed the one that we found out with the Misfortune, but this one seems a little bit a little bit problematic as well. Okay, we've got Hecarim, Zed, and Maokai. So I wonder if this is a toss deck with lovely ephemeral transfer cards. Opening hand's actually pretty good. I like Cataclysm with LeBlanc. These two are pretty cool cards. We can use that to take out Zed. We'll see how aggressive he is here early on in the game. So like a Shark Chariot or a Soul Shepherd. We'll see what happens. So I think I am forced to play the House Spider here. I don't want to take this additional damage, and this one-cost Spider is actually, or you know, one-drop Spiderling. It's a pretty nice card to deal with that aggression. Alright, and I do think we just play the LeBlanc here.
To put my face on. Come, the journey ahead is long.
And we're going to attack with it. He should let it go through. I don't see it not. Okay, so he probably has that. I can never remember what it is. Shifting Shadows. I can't ever remember. Alright, we do have our riposte here.
That's my resting face.
You know, I'm not going to commit to Cataclysm in case he's got the card that switches the ephemeral. Okay, so now he did. He's outside the mana range to use that. So I think what we need to do here... Ooh, actually, it's tough to know. I think we just have to let it hit us. It's a lot of damage for sure, but we have to use riposte to save the LeBlanc here.
They'll never see us coming.
Sucks a little bit. A lot of damage. A lot of damage, but he also has a very limited hand.
I whisper truth into lies.
Alright, and we may be forced to play Cataclysm on the Green Glade duo. The good thing about the ephemeral units, though, is that he needs to develop them. Like, he can't just play unless he could have Hecarim. I think we need to play the Garen here, though.
Fight for those who cannot.
We've got Rangers resolved, so we do have a little bit of play around here.
Oh, you're in for it.
Okay, so far so good. He just lets us take him out. Okay, that's fine. We've got Golden Aegis as well. So if I use Cataclysm here with Golden Aegis, we actually may be in pretty good shape. I'm forced to use this right now. I do have Sharp Sight for Garen as well. We're gonna block all the damage that we can. And our opponent surrenders. So, okay, we did have the right cards to counter him there. Very important we use Cataclysm there so that we could stop that Hecarim and the Green Glade duo from hitting us with a lot of damage. This ephemeral decks are just very all in, you know, like he played basically 75% of the cards in his hand. And at that point, he doesn't have a lot of reactability. He used all of his mana to summon the Hecarim. There's very little that he's going to be able to do in that deck with 3 mana at that point in the game to stop me. So I did get a little lucky with the Sharp Sight and being able to block that unit a little extra damage. But other than that, I think we did play that pretty well. Rob Lest. Wonder if his name is Rob. Azir and Renekton against our LeBlanc. So let's keep one. I got the Cataclysm. Should we just go for the whole LeBlanc? Let's get rid of the Bright Steel Protectors. Let's look for LeBlanc. Okay, we don't get it, but we do have a decent curve here. And we've got Garen at the very least with Cataclysm. So let's go for Fleet Feathered Tracker. And he goes for Buried Sun Disk. So here we go. I like the Garen. I think we can play the House Spider here.
I don't want to meet whatever woke you up.
I am going to pass, I believe. We want to get to be able to use Garen, and we don't have our unit yet.
The desert.
Okay, so he doesn't have Renekton, which is pretty good. I think we can just use Whisper. Actually, let's go ahead and see what he does first. It's fine.
Always forward.
If I get him to use a Shaped Stone to kill off a Spiderling, that's a win.
Awesome.
Or Stone Shaping, whatever it's called. Let's go for our Whispered Words now. We have all 3 Cataclysms. It's pretty nice. Ooh, that's a lot of mana to burn, friend. I do wish I had LeBlanc, but Garen is a nice second. We've got Garen's Judgment. We're not going to make the same mistake that we did the last time. And we are going to attack here with the Garen. So we've got ways to work around this, right? So he needs 2 Predators, or the Ruthless Predators, to end up being able to kill us. And he doesn't have it. We still get the strike as well. Oh my goodness. You've got to be kidding me. Okay, well, we can still survive at least. At the very least, we can save our Garen. So he actually has to, he has to surrender a ton of spells. So do we, but all in all, I think we're even here. Oh, that silence. That works like a silence too, apparently.
Would you look at this place?
I'm gonna go for House Spider here.
What is it for you? Bask in the sunlight.
Nice. This is the dinkiest Cataclysm in the world. Take that, you sucker.
Raise those banners!
Yeah, go ahead.
See what I've learned?
All right. Perfect.
Stay resolute.
All right, we are going to put out LeBlanc now.
I hate having to put my face on.
Emperor, what do you have planned for our city?
More than any mortal domain has ever known.
That's a little annoying. What do we do here? So we have riposte. What are the chances he's got another quicksand? Either way, our unit will survive. So I think we're actually pretty good just attacking here, right?
I'm not
We're just gonna pull the biggest one.
Move!
He's got 2 Shapestone, then maybe we're in trouble. Won't quite level her up. Golden Aegis would be amazing.
We must not relent. How good to serve the Emperor once more. Let it help you.
Yes, we have so many Cataclysms.
smoking you.
One more Renekton.
I whisper truth into lies.
Put them all down, friend. Now, he has a really hard time attacking with his Azir. And if he develops, we can just use Cataclysm again. I mean, he could have Rite of Negation. But now we've got
If it's
Golden
made of
Aegis,
sand,
so
I can write it.
it's pretty funny.
Smoke and mirrors.
So we kind of searched for the quicksand the last game, so unless he top decked it,
Faithless creature.
we can go like this. And we don't really care. He would need 2 quicksands.
Move!
Yeah.
Oh dear!
That's close, 1 off. Yeah. So I think... Don't we just wait for him to do it? We got an open attack, so I mean, he has to go. He has to go.
How good to serve the Emperor. Shall remain sand and sky, past and present.
He has to go. Third Cataclysm, we just wait for it. I mean, now we've killed all of his Renekton's.
Vengeance.
This is a pretty cool game.
The order is given. I stand ready.
I think we can block like this.
Glorious sacrifice.
So we're gonna use Mirror Image. You should know by this point that we
Seeing
have a rally. And our opponent surrenders. So yeah, he should know at that point we've got a rally. And there we go. That's pretty cool.
It was inevitable.
We killed every single one of his Renektons too. Let's see, Garen, Nasus, and Renekton deck. Demacia Shurima. Get rid of everything but Bright Steel Protector. We end up finding a LeBlanc, Golden Aegis, Riposte, so got quite a bit of protection for our units. And pulled our 1 Ranger's Resolve. And a Legion Marauder now. Alright, Aspiring Chronomancer.
We can always rely on you to keep us safe.
So I don't have Cataclysm in hand. What is the benefit of me? There's no benefit of me holding on to this at the moment, I don't think.
I've got your back.
So we'll prevent the 2 damage here.
See what I've learned?
I'll
This
stop you.
is kind of unfortunate just because of the slave proc, so maybe it would have been better to hold on to it, but if I'd have had Cataclysm, I definitely would have waited there. But we're pretty safe to play the LeBlanc now, I think.
Surprised to see me.
And we're going to attack. 5 damage is nice. It goes towards reputation if we ever see Whispered Words again. And now we've got, ooh, Brightsteel Protector. Let's go with the Fleet Feather Tracker since he passed. Isn't looking too good for him, it looks like. I think we'll end the round there. I'll put down Legion Marauder now.
Let's have some fun.
We're not
My
running
heart
into any
and soul
problems
like
with
a muffin.
becomes a 4 barrier. Sharp sight is really the only thing. So we just need to make sure that this guy can get back up to the appropriate attack stat, and this one cannot if he's got Quicksand, right? It becomes a 4, which goes down to 1. So we can only attack with the LeBlanc here. That's tough. I'm not going to do it though. I think there's too much potential for him to have sharp sight.
Strength and grace, beauty in the blade.
So let's go like this.
My shield is yours.
Concerted Strike. This is a Nasus deck. No, not even a double one will save him. And if he's got a single combat, well, yeah, none.
I whisper truth into lies.
Yeah, so Sharp Sight wouldn't have saved him there. Sharp Sight plus Ranger's Resolve, I guess, might have. And our opponent surrenders. Alright, so he probably got a little bit unlucky. I see what he's doing there, though. Combat strikes with Nasus or with Renekton. I don't think Nasus really fits into that deck, though. I would probably take out Nasus and put in just Garen and Renekton, along with, you know, all of the combat tricks you need to level them both up. But an interesting concept. Maybe I will come up with it. Level 3 Jester, Azir, Shadow Isles, Shurima, very aggressive Azir deck. Very aggressive. We need to look for some early game cards. I really like the House Spider. Is it Trolley to keep on to holding the Garen? Probably. Let's look for some earlier game cards. And we get them. That's nice. We even have the combo piece for Legion Marauder now. In our Blood for Blood.
That egg. Did it move?
Okay, but he's got the Butcher. Oof. Okay, glad he didn't.
We weren't expecting callers.
So we're gonna put out House Spider. Actually should stop a lot of his aggression here. And I think we go for this, actually. I don't think we want to let him use the Butcher. Alright, Legion Marauders looking pretty good at the moment.
Shurima never awaited my return. Look what I
So let's attack with this.
Please, I
Okay.
have connections!
I'm completely fine if he wants to do that. Okay, so he ends up going for this Escape Abomination. I think it's worth trading into. Again, he has to use it defensively rather than offensively. We get some buff on our Legion Marauders, so
we are part of
all in all, it's fine.
Together, you are children of Shurima.
Okay, so we are going to use the House Spider as our blocker here.
Shurima, see what I
little
see
annoying.
and carry it with you. Emperor, I am honored.
Should be close to leveling up, right? One more.
Shield up!
I'm gonna block like this. This is a decent block.
In Shurima's
Keep our other units alive, and our board state is now even with his. And our hand state is a lot better. Okay. Ruinous. Alright, so we can go for the Garen now. Unfortunately, we can't kill the Azir.
my heart and sword for Demacia.
Well, now we can. What are the chances he's got a rise? We want to go like this, so this forces him to use a rise to level him up if he's got it, right? That's like basically the only burst speed thing he's got in his deck. So we force him into combat before he levels up, which is great. And now we just can attack him, unless he's got a second Azir. So he did have the Arise, actually. I think taking out the one is pretty good, though. And now he doesn't really have the ability to block me efficiently, and I level up my Garen. Which is great. We also prevent a lot of potential with the Spiderling, which is also super important. And now my Garen can take out the Azir, so he can't even attack with the Azir. What has he got in his hand, I wonder? Let's develop House Spider. A little annoying.
Steel is yours.
I'm going to attack with everything here. Smart.
My duty's done.
Faithless creature.
There we go. Pretty cool. Yeah, smarting with that Doom Beast was actually pretty smart. He should have, I think, attacked instead of using Ruinous Path, but I most likely would have blocked with my Garen, just because killing his Azir would have absolutely stopped anything that he was trying to do. We'd already killed one, and he had 2 cards left in hand, so I probably would have blocked it. He probably should have attacked with it, but yeah, at that point, you know, we were going to have the open attack as well the next round, so he would have been forced to block again with the Azir anyway, so he ended up surrendering.